Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Scott Collier and I'm delighted to be having my 5th Traumatic Brain Injury Awareness Picnic. And this is a picnic to bring awareness globally. And last year I had a picnic here at this spot, and my friend Derek Stroman came and was a big part of that. We had a great crowd last year, and we're having another picnic this year that's working out well. And we have some information to share with the public this year, and we want to let people know what kind of struggles people with traumatic brain injuries have. Now today I am actually running for state senate. I went to a breakfast and I actually challenged the current state senator to a debate, and he wouldn't answer me about that because he's been hiding for 4 years and he wants to continue to hide. And then he was having a conversation with our congressman, Dutch Ruppersberger, and I had come in contact with Dutch's assistant in the congressional campaign last time when Pat McDonough, who I was supporting, was running, and Mike Baker, his assistant, had said that he was going to investigate me and see if he could have my disability insurance taken away. Well, that subject came back up because I was putting pressure on the senator, and he was sitting down. The senator was actually sitting down with the congressman, and I guess the conversation turned to me and how they can burn me. Well, you know, I'm just a average guy who was injured on the job, and I'm doing my very best to put my own life back together again. And I'm doing vocational rehabilitation with DundalkTV, and also I'm actually, you know, pushing the envelope and running for public office. Now, Derek has known me for a while, and I want to have Derek share information about last year's picnic and what he thought about that, also what he thinks about this situation. But we have a number of people here that have brain injuries, and the first question I want to ask Derek is, Derek, can you pick out who has the brain injuries here at this event and who does not?
Well, to answer your question that you just asked me.
Okay, a little louder. Please start over again.
It's kind of hard to. It's beyond kind of hard. You cannot tell by looking at somebody if they have a brain injury, especially if they've done their due diligence in recovering from their injury. So,
well, I agree with you, but I consider myself to be very blessed, and everyone that's at this picnic that is at the recovery level that they are, that they're not in a wheelchair, that they're not sitting at a picnic table with drool running out of their mouth,
right,
to be one of the blessed individuals. I have to say that because, you know, what happened to me, I could easily be one of those individuals, and I can tell you, I know some of the stories from the other people. It could have happened to them too. So it's you know, just a bit of luck and being so very blessed. I feel that I'm very blessed, and I'm sorry, Derek.
I think a lot of credit is taken away from somebody who's suffered from an injury like that. You know, nobody wants to have succumbed to something like that, a traumatic brain injury. So if it has happened to you, and then you take the time out, which could, who knows how long it might take for you to get back into a condition where you're able to function in a normal society, it takes time for you to get there. Now, if you've done that and you've gotten there, then you may not appear as to be somebody who's gone through that. And that's a testament to what you've done and who's ever helped you in your process of rehabilitation. So that's what I'm noticing. I'm around a bunch of people today who don't appear to have brain injuries.
We're living our life to the fullest, and we're trying to just be like everybody else, and we're trying to put those injuries in our rear view mirror and just, you know, be like everyone else. And the people that can't be, you know, my heart goes out to them. I pray every day, and I pray for them. I pray that brain injury awareness is out there and that people don't suffer these injuries. This is my 5th picnic. I am delighted that I have my friends coming out and supporting this. Derek's supporting this year, and my friend Tim Baker is here today as well, and we're going to have him on camera in a moment. So, so you covered the part that you can't tell who has the brain injury, and you know, it's very nice. Until somebody starts using that against you, when people start using it against you, and they put whatever kind of expectations they want on you that they think that you should be able to do, and that's a real problem. Now with me, I feel quite confident that I can be the state senator and do that job very well. But I have limitations because my neck and my back have been injured, and also I have a slight issue with fatigue that still bothers me. So I have to take it easy at different times and make sure that occasionally I get a nap and I rest well so I don't push myself too far. So that is a true blessing. And there's many other people that maybe don't have a brain injury that have to do that as well. So, and there's a lot of people that are hiding. They don't want to tell you they have a brain injury because guess what? Look at what's happening to me right now. I have a congressman and a senator wanting to be investigating me because I'm trying to bring awareness and I'm trying to help out the community and live my life to the fullest. Now, where is the justice in that? I mean, I reached out to the congressman's office for help, and then the only reason they know that I was injured is because I had went to them for help. Now they're winding up taking my issue and trying to turn it against me, and I think that's horrible. I think Dutch Rupersberger, you're I'm just going to say it, you're disgusting. Your assistant is disgusting. Johnny Ray Salings, you're not worth anything. You're another zero. So what can I say? These people need to be held accountable for their actions about the way that they're acting. Unfortunately, the press probably won't do anything.
To your point earlier, your question rather.
Yes.
Last year's picnic was phenomenal. This year's picnic is great. I think it's shameful, for lack of a better way of saying it right now. It's shameful that for somebody who has suffered from a traumatic brain injury to actually be running for state senate the way Scott Collier is, and for so many people to come down on him for doing that after recovering to the point that he is, to where he can actually present himself in a professional manner, stature to everybody, and actually be getting a lot of people on board with what he's doing. Is shameful, guys. You guys should be supporting him. There's nobody out there trying to help him. You know, everybody talks about how they want to help people with disabilities. Everybody talks about, all the politicians talk about how they want to bring people up from their situations where they've suffered from things that were not their fault. You know, it's counterintuitive. I don't understand it. You know, we spend so much time trying to support what we talk about, especially running for office. All you guys out there right now running for office, do something positive. Help somebody, and help the people who are in conditions like Scott Collier, a gentleman like this who's brave enough to step forward and do what he's doing. Make everybody else aware of what's happening out there, especially in his case, suffering from a traumatic brain injury, to be able to stand up as brave as he is right now. Everybody should be on board to help. And I understand that it's a race and everybody's trying to obtain a seat. It should be done in a professional manner. You should not be knocking this man for what he's attempting to do. Well,
the worst part of it is the senator actually because I am actually showing that he put some information out there that made himself look really bad. You know, he exposed himself for not being the most intelligent person you ever met. Now he's trying to come after me because I have a disability. Well, I want to tell you, I'm 100 times more intelligent than Senator Johnny Ray Salings, and I can do more than he can. And to be quite honest with you, I can do more than the other candidate running for office as well, Buddy Staggerwalt. I am actually out there working harder than anybody else is out there locally, other than Governor Larry Hogan. Governor Larry Hogan's doing a great job, and the only other person that I think that is doing more than me is Pat McDonough. Other than that, I am out there every day. I'm giving the people a voice, and I actually care about the community, and I care about people, helping the people that are the least of ours, that have disabilities and things of that nature, are homeless, people that have drug addictions. They're the people that are going to help everybody else as well. So if you're going to help the least of ours, you're going to look out for everybody else as well, and that's what I'm doing. Now we're going to have Tim come in, and Tim, very happy to have you today. Just met you, I would say, within the last 3 months, and
thanks.
You have been a great friend, and you do a lot of great things in the community, and you are actually running for county council.
That's true.
And he is looking to donate his salary to cancer research for children.
Yes.
So, you have a little bit of a history about the cognitive issues as well. But let's focus on what we were talking about first. About you were at the breakfast this morning, and heard what the senator said. So would you please share what the senator said to you after I left?
Sure. Senator Stallings came to me and said, I want you to know that Scott Collier here is under investigation for being on disability while running for office. And I simply said, I don't know anything about that, and I passed it along to Scott here, so he was aware of what was told to me. I'm not sure why I said that, but that's what we were being told there.
And how does that make you feel?
Well, you know, my father has a traumatic brain injury issue as well. For many years, he suffered from vascular dementia, and I will say that a traumatic brain injury does not mean a lack of intelligence. So that's a misconception a lot of people see. Now, if Scott and I have talked about this before, you know, what would happen if you were elected to office, and you know, Scott would do everything legally and ethically, and there's no issue there. So my concern would be, is anyone using their leverage of an office and power to push their opponents or put them in a negative light or in a negative situation? And that's what we hope not. I mean, too many times we've seen that, and I don't want to accuse anyone of that. Let's just hope that it's not going that route, and let's just hope that was just not correct.
In your eyes, who do you think is the better candidate running for state senate at this point, and who would actually do the better job?
And that would be you, Scott.
Well,
I support you on that for many reasons. We have a track record of also the past 4 years of things that have been supported and voted upon, which many people weren't aware of, and I completely disagree. And then after meeting you, Scott, and seeing your struggle to get to this point, you definitely have my backing.
Well, thank you very much. And I'll go to Derek on this question as well.
Well, there's a lot of hidden illnesses that go on out there, and we don't make those illnesses public. You know, somebody that has suffered from traumatic brain injury and renowned for it and making it public to everybody, you know, it should be respected. It should be one of those things where you say, everybody that claims that they're willing to help somebody who has suffered from something, this is your opportunity. This is a man who has suffered from that, bringing awareness to it, and also running for a public office. Okay, if we were to call people out on alcoholism or you know, opioids, you know, overindulgence, okay, which a lot of that information is not public. Okay, so my point is, there's a lot of people out there that have illnesses that they're not telling people that they have. I feel, me personally, I feel more comfortable knowing Scott, having being around him, knowing what he truly believes in, watching how he deals with life day to day as a normal citizen. I trust in somebody like him, who I can say, if he's given an opportunity in a position of power to make change for all of us, then I trust that. These other guys, I don't know you. I don't know anything about you. I don't know what you do outside of your political campaign or outside of whatever commercial you might post on television. This gentleman I know, okay? So again, with that being said, I believe Scott is the man for the job. I would, if nothing else, I would like to see him given an opportunity. If you're out there, I would like to see you vote. Give this gentleman an opportunity and see what will happen with somebody like Tim just said. You know, a traumatic brain injury does not mean that you are not intellectual, or you cannot, or you don't know anything, or you have not studied the political field.
Well, I would have to say that I make the rest of the people that are out there running for office look like they're going backwards. And the thing of it is because I'm running as an independent, and because I have been vocal about having this issue about traumatic brain injury, I get a lot of pushback, and people are not trying to allow me to even get my voice out there. The media is not covering me at all, and you know, people don't want me to be out there talking about the stuff that I am. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm telling the truth, and unfortunately, people have a big problem with the truth. So thank you very much, everyone. Greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. Please subscribe to DundalkTV, and also become a Facebook friend on the Global Brain Injury Association. This is Scott Collier and my friend Derek Stroman signing off for Chesterwood Park in Dundalk.
Now, technology or no